Welcome to New York City. My name is Walter Sotelo. I'm the founder director of the Next Level, a mission experience here in New York City. A city that is 8.5 million people, 180 different people groups with many needs. The past 5 years, we've been able to bring in over 700 youth that have gone out into the streets and helped homeless men, women, have done some work with children, helped children, give them joy and hope. And what we look to do is to share God's love with all of those here in this city that have not heard of the love of Jesus Christ.
I think the Next Level is unique over other summer mission trips because we really emphasize this as a mission experience. And it's not just jargon, but there really is a difference there in that we're trying to really shift the paradigm of students' perception of what it is to live life evangelistically. When you come to the Next Level, you're going to be able to participate in something that isn't just evangelism training and going out and doing evangelism in the sweeter sides of New York City. And you're not going to be staying in nice hotels and things. We really, from day one, emphasize sacrifice to the students and empathy for the people that they're serving throughout the week.
My eyes were opened in so many ways to the need in the city and the variety of ways and opportunities, so many opportunities to help people and to reach them and to share the gospel. There were just so many opportunities, I was overwhelmed.
And we've seen a lot of poverty and a lot of people who have financial struggles. We can see a lot of people hurt and lonely, and it's a large city. They're surrounded by people, but they still feel lonely, like they need something more.
There's so many people that are struggling, just like whether it's with drugs or homeless people. Just the spiritual needs are really great, and that's something that's really stood out to me, just the hopelessness in their eyes.
Our goal for the students that come on the Next Level Missions experience is for them to be able to find themselves out of their comfort zone and take their faith to the next level. This whole generation, they're going to be the change makers, they're going to be the history makers, and we're challenging them to renounce and to leave behind all the comforts that the cities, that their lives, that this society is giving them, and really become disciples of Jesus Christ.
We're going to push you really hard and really encourage the boldness to go out and preach the gospel to someone you've never met before and to do things that take you out of your comfort zone. And we believe through that, tremendous growth can occur. There was a time when you had to go to the nations to do ministry and to evangelize, but here in New York, you're able to do it in one place. You're at like an epicenter of culture, and if you can impact that epicenter, then you can impact everything that it touches, which is, I think, a unique opportunity that's presented to people that come here into New York and are able to serve in ministry.
The commitment that CitiVision draws out of the students is, are you going to live for Christ or are you going to live for yourself? And it's because of that when they come home, they're starting to look at their friends in different ways on their campus, and they're more motivated to reach out. They're more motivated to say, you know what, I did this in New York City, I can do it at my church. I can do it at my campus. I can do it at my school. I can do it in my community.
Anybody, like I said before, anybody should come to New York at least once and experience the beauty of what the city has to offer, the grime and the dirt that the city has to offer, to expose themselves and to be stretched beyond their comfort zones and what they are used to in forms of evangelism, in forms of ministry, in forms of service, in forms of even sacrifice a lot of times.
I think that every church should have the experience of being able to bring their students to the next level, just because like I said, so many churches encourage students in learning how to share their faith, but very few people actually walk the students through a step-by-step process on how to do it and make it so practical. And so many people or churches encourage missions experiences, but this is a way that it allows students to realize that, look, there are ways that I can still minister even in the United States. I don't have to go to a foreign country.
New York City in the Next Level is definitely a place and an organization and a program that people should get involved with. And I'm just so blessed to be able to have worked with the leaders that are here right now, and just to see how God has used them, fired them up. Otherwise they wouldn't be doing what they're doing. And to come in and be a little part of that and get a taste is very inspiring, very stretching, and makes me want to do the same thing.
Many a times we think that making disciples is really just getting someone to come to know the Lord and teaching them a few verses. Well, it goes much more longer and deeper than that. You know what making a disciple is? It's a lifelong journey. It is a lifelong walk on this earth. And as you make disciples and you reproduce yourself on others, more disciples come. And as those disciples gather, guess what we call that? We call that the church. And the church springs up and it goes into a community and influences the lives of that community. And now we not only change one life, not only change two lives, but we change maybe a family, and even more, we change a community. And if God wills, we'll change a city. Do you think that could happen? Do you have faith? Do you believe that God wants to change New York City? Do you believe that God wants to change America? Do you believe that God wants to change the world and save it? If it is so, would you come? Would you take the opportunity to come? Maybe 1 week, just 7 days. I challenge you to be able to see and experience for yourself what God is doing in New York.
Good night.